Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has hidden unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure, or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Have you ever written an email or a text and forgot to click send? And then you go back a couple of days later and it's in your draft box? You wanted to send it, you meant to send it, but you didn't actually click on send. That's like putting a letter in your mailbox, but not leaving it in the mailbox for the mailman to get, or writing out a check and then leaving it in your checkbook. But don't we do the same thing with prayer sometimes? We have a burden, a problem, something overwhelming, so we take it to the Lord in prayer. And then we pick it back up, put it on our shoulders, and continue carrying it around, worrying about it, obsessing over it, thinking about it. We've got to click send, let it go, give it to the Lord. He tells us not to worry. He tells us not to be afraid. He tells us to trust Him. But we aren't obeying when we continue to worry, fear, and carry our problem around with us. We're not allowing God to take care of it. We're not giving Him a chance to work on it if we keep taking it back. He says, cast all your cares on Him. Cast, like casting a net, throwing it. Only instead of pulling it back, you're letting it go. Psalm 37:5 says, commit your way to the Lord. Trust also in Him. He will do it. In 1 Samuel 1, Hannah had no children. She was miserable, so miserable that she was crying and not eating. So she went to the tabernacle and prayed. She prayed and wept and shared her grief with the Lord. When she left the tabernacle, she left her problem and her misery with God. Verse 18 says, she went her way and ate, and her face was no longer sad. She was a good example of Psalm 37:5. She committed her problem to the Lord and trusted Him to take care of it. Just think, it was something she had no control over. What would be the use of worrying over it? That would just make her and those around her miserable. But in leaving it with the Lord, she allowed Him to work on it, allowed Him, the one who had all the power, to do something about it. She had clicked send. It was no longer in her draft box. It was in her sent mail. And you can tell because she was no longer sad. It was no longer weighing on her, worrying her, keeping her from eating. And God took care of it. Later, she had Samuel, the last judge of Israel. Not that everything will turn out like we wanted or like we imagined, but God has a much better imagination than we do. And He can bring it to pass, whatever it is that's best for us, whatever gives Him the most glory. What do you have that's weighing you down? What burden do you take to the Lord time and again, but then take it back and continually carry it around? What do you need to commit to the Lord and let Him do it? Just click send today.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to share a treasure God has given you by doing an episode, please contact us. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you'll find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.